IT Connection Live, the #1 place on the internet for Chinese tea education and for networking with other tea aficionados. My name's Lauren. This is my rooftop here in southern China, and this is Hudza, the stray, and that's Huang Huang, the stray. Fix and flip on these animals. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well out there. I just wanted to share today this Chaozhou style stove. And, you know, hundreds of years ago, this is how they would have made hot water in the southern Chinese city of Chaozhou. Chaozhou is believed to be the birthplace of this style of tea with these rapid infusions, whole leaves, gongfu tea. So Chaozhou is kind of the birthplace for that. And this is how they would have heated their water. So it's made out of clay, and you can put charcoal in it. And then the ash will just fall to the bottom. And this also acts as an air source. So you can fan it. If you were having a problem getting your coals going, you would fan it here with one of these. And this is very traditional. I'm not going to fan it because my coals are roaring already. But yeah, this kind of fan with this kind of stove is what you would have seen people doing hundreds of years ago in coastal southern China to make tea. Anyways, I've got some Liu Bao tea here. This is my smoked Liu Bao, super like a hearty, like rich, complex. Really love this tea, and not super overpoweringly smoky. Anyways, I'm just gonna get into the rinse here, but yeah, it's real easy. You just pick your kettle off it and do my rinse. Just look at the color from that smoked Liu Bao. Absolutely. And the smell is so like medicinal, and I guess that means different things to different people, but it just like earthy and like with wood and yeah, medicinal. I don't know, that's kind of what it strikes me as. So yeah, so deep, kind of like I don't know, a little bit of like a kind of a minty. You know, I'm not the best at describing flavors or aromas, but yeah, I really love this tea. And I love this silver spoon too. This is a 3/9 silver spoon. Pure silver implements are nice to use with tea. Anyways, let me get into the first infusion. Quit my yakking. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Just got my Chaozhou stove roaring over here. Look at that deep color. So this is a, I guess it's about a 15-year-old Liu Bao. 2009 or 10, I forget. I believe it was 2009. But really nice kind of red color to this one. And this is just that first infusion. Really precious here with the beautiful Chaozhou stove. And you can see it's putting off heat. I mean, this is like bubbling up. Like, I put 5 small coals in there. Well, first I put them on my stove in the kitchen and blasted them to get them going on the gas stove. But now they're roaring. And this is also like a barbecue in China. People will put like a steel mesh across this and start frying some sausage on there. So it's kind of a multi-purpose thing. Actually, when I first put the coals in here, it smelled like bacon. And I was like, oh my gosh, because my wife was using this with her friend to grill some sausage. So funny. Anyways, I'm gonna get into this first infusion here. Andy Martinez, welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Andy, that's a great question. I mean, if you're having digestive problems, everybody says either like a Liu Bao tea or a pu'er, some sort of fermented tea. It's probably going to be right up your alley, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, just enjoying the really potent flavor. I mean, this is just the first infusion, so I mean, it's going to get better. But right off the bat, love this tea. I have a million Liu Bao teas, but I keep coming back to this one. But I hope everyone's doing well out there. Yeah, it's my rooftop here in southern China. Chinese New Year is just around the corner. So some services are shutting down, like a water delivery. That's stopping. I think today's the last day for that. Had to get some packages out DHL today. And tomorrow was going to be the last day for that. So just a lot. I mean, DHL's still operating, but my specific DHL agent. You know, China really shuts down for Chinese New Year. And it shuts down like a week before Chinese New Year, which is like now. And then kind of a week after, there's like a 2-week, 10-day, 2-week period where the country pretty much grinds to a halt. I mean, you know, services are still functioning, but shops will be closed. You know, your dentist, your yoga teacher, your Chinese teacher, everyone's out of town. And everybody leaves the city and goes to their hometown. This is infusion number 2. Look at that color. I'm sorry to be a psychopath about this, but look at that. That is just a beautiful, like deep orange. Really love that. Hey, Emmanuel and Solid Tank. Thanks for swinging by. Just over here with my Chaozhou stove. Getting real cultural here. But yeah, this is a kind of a traditional Chaozhou stove for heating water. You got your coals here. You can throw a steel mesh on this puppy and fry up some sausage, grill it up. This is where the ash will collect. You can shovel it out of there. And then you can use this very traditional fan to get your coals roaring by fanning some air through there. But really cool design. I mean, the Chinese were doing this, you know, hundreds of years ago, and it's just so cool. I just really like this design. I don't know the history of like charcoal stoves, but I don't know, was there any other culture making charcoal stoves like this? I think it's just that importance of heating the water for tea. I think tea really drove a lot of innovations. And really cool way to heat water. But yeah, it's just the second infusion, just starting now. Yeah, I love this Chaozhou stove. Super cool. Super easy. You just throw your coals on the stove, on a gas stove, blast them for a couple minutes. You know, get them starting to turn red, and then plop them in your Chaozhou stove. Super easy, low stress. You know, with the cast iron stove, I'm playing around with wood and rubbing alcohol, and you're just not doing any of that with this cool Chaozhou stove. And produces plenty of heat. Ample heat. Really cool design. Love this thing. And like a durable good. I mean, you know, obviously if you knock it over, it's going to probably break. But, I mean, it's just timeless. It's just a timeless way to heat water. Really love it. You could even throw some sticks in there. I haven't really experimented with that. But in theory, you could probably jam some wood in there if you had to. And just fan it. But just this cylindrical design, really good for kind of just getting that heat to go right up onto your kettle. Really cool. Physics. There's a lot of physics going on here. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. But yeah, Shenzhen is starting to shut down. Chinese New Year. The big cities empty out. I estimate probably, I don't really know, maybe 60, 70 maybe even 80% of the population of the large tier 1 cities, Shenzhen, your Shenzhens, your Shanghais, your Beijings, maybe as much as like 75% of the population will leave the city and go to their hometown. Because, you know, Chinese large cities have been just attracting people from the countryside for decades, just in waves and droves. I remember hearing once it was estimated like 5,000 new people arrive in Shenzhen from central China or from rural China every day. And that's where the jobs are, right? The big cities. So yeah, it's a totally different feeling in Shenzhen. I love it. I love Shenzhen during Chinese New Year because it's just so empty. You know, I mean, you can go ride your bike down some major road and just, you know, king of the road. Empty streets, empty sidewalks, just really wide open. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, I just thought I'd mention a little bit of that. And yeah, for those of you following along at home, sorry, I don't have my tea subscription listing up yet. But I did just pull the trigger on the final tea that's going to be part of that first shipment. I'm just over-delivering. Over-delivering. That's what I'm going to call my tea subscription. Over-delivered. Undersubscribed and over-delivered. But yeah, it's going to be a little heavy. I mean, this first, you know, I want to set the tone. But yeah, I don't want to set the expectations too high at the same time. But I've got some weight to put in your tea basket for that first quarter. And I think I'm going to always do that. You know, the first quarter, what the heck, I'll spoil you a little bit. Keep you coming back. But yeah, it's going to be more than a pound. And really excited. I just love giving people great tea. I know it sounds kind of maybe trite or fake or something, but man, I just love it. I love people being pleasantly surprised. Man, I would love that. If I ordered some tea and then like, oh, I got some extra tea. Like, yes, winning. Anyways, guys, love this smoky Liu Bao. Really cool tea. Really a cool tea. Kind of a little bit of a sour aftertaste. It's interesting. It's multi-dimensional. This is infusion number 3. And the color just keeps coming strong. Really incredible. Some people have mentioned my Gaiwan technique. Yeah, I do a little bit of a whip. I do kind of slow up and then quick down and then a fast halt. Kind of wringing out those leaves. And I learned that in the Wui Mountains from a great tea producer there. And I just thought it was the coolest thing when I saw him doing it. You know, I used to go like this. I used to be kind of like, beep, 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 beep. Is there still another trap? Oh, there's a couple more traps. But yeah, after seeing this guy do it, I was like, wow, that's how I want to make tea. And his tea was delicious too. And so, yeah, I just kind of copied his style with that. And he's a real badass dude. Cool guy. You know, a lot of the Wui tea farmers are pretty rich. So he's just racing around Wui in his sweet BMW. This guy knows his tea. And so I was like, hey, I'm taking that technique. I'm going to take this technique and share it with the world. Yeah, I love it. I mean, there is that risk at the bottom if you don't know what you're doing, or you slam your Gaiwan into your Gongdao Bay. And that'll be the infusion to remember. The infusion heard around the world. But I haven't done that yet. I have tapped the top of the Gongdao Bay a couple times. So far, no catastrophic errors. But yeah, I really like the aesthetics of this. Just chilling up here with your Chaozhou stove. And I really like this little bulbous kettle. Look at this thing. I know it's like the fat boy. It's got this really nice kind of bulges. And I got this thing in Hubei. You know, it's just cheap. But I just really like this style. This is something you go to like a Hong Kong restaurant or something. You might have one of these on the table. Might have like a net in there. They might be throwing some pu'er. But in those like nylon sachets or whatever. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of plastic stuff around my tea. Man, I love this tea. Affordable too. I think it's kind of one of those sleepers. Like nobody really talks about like a tea like this. And yeah, it's not like prime time, you know, buds and baby leaves. But amazing depth of flavor. I guess that's just from being 15 years old. And yeah, there's some mature leaves in here, but they're all nicely like intact. And just some really nice stuff. Love this stuff. But yeah, the real head turner is these tea leaves. Check this out. I had to. No, these aren't to power my stove. Look at these tea leaves. You wouldn't even like. What is that? Did you sweep this off the floor? Whoops. But these are tea leaves. I'm gonna make tea with it. Yeah, these are like some serious. Like, okay, buddy, you just raked those up in the yard, didn't you? That's not Camellia sinensis. Oh my gosh, dropped the leaf. Probably not gonna use. Okay. So that's just the floor tea leaf. But yeah, really cool leaves here. Look, this has been bug bitten. Not sure if that's a positive or a negative, quite frankly. But really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna make that. Should be a good time. Yeah, these are like the Yeehaw leaves, salt tank. Like, what? Come on, buddy. You just swept that up in the parking lot, didn't you? No, that's Liu Bao. This is like 10-year-old Liu Bao. I guess it's yeah, I guess it's like a fermented tea. Just a super oxidized. But yeah, I mean, these are tea leaves. You know, generally you can tell tea leaves because the ridged edge. But I mean, just look at the size of this one. I mean, that's a huge. I have small hands, but look at the size of this leaf, man. And it's curled up, but that's a huge leaf. That's like a super mature, kind of lower leaf. You'd also go with those. Yeah, let's roll up some tea leaves. That's funny. You totally could. It is like those tobacco leaves used for cigars. Funny. All right, infusion number 4. Whoop, a little more there. I mean, just look at that color already. And this thing, really, if you want to like just have an amazing color, an amazing aroma. Man, I love this tea. Emmanuel, you've had this tea, haven't you? The smoked Liu Bao from the website. Man, I haven't had this in a couple months, and I've just like forgotten how much I like it. Really cool tea. And a really cool Chaozhou stove. Really love, I think I'm going to always do this. You know, this cast iron stove, kind of cumbersome. But this, so elegant. Oh, look how elegant that is. You just put it right on your table. So cool. But yeah, here's my rooftop here in southern China. You probably recognize that building from some of my old outros. But yeah, so Chaozhou. So traditionally, Chaozhou, you would actually have like a little cha pan to do like a wet gongfu brew, a circular one, and you have the 3 little cups and a little guy one, and probably no gongdaobei. So this is a little bit of a variation, but I just love the way the Chaozhou stove works. Oh, you haven't had it yet. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I guess I think all the teas on my website are good ones. Except for maybe that Shui Xian. I don't know, man. I mean, the more I try that Shui Xian, the more I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It has a little bit of a rougher finish. But then you taste the Shui Xian that's like 4 times the price, and you're like, ah, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know if I should carry like a value leader. Like, I think that Shui Xian's like a value leader. But I think most people understand that Wooey teas can get pretty pricey for like the like I have a Huiyuan Gorge Shui Xian, and that's really expensive but really delicious. So I don't know, maybe I'll swap out the inexpensive Shui Xian for a more expensive Shui Xian and just like eat some of the cost, and because I still want it to be accessible, right? I don't want to end up with all these really expensive teas that people can't drink like every day. It's in your cart. It's in your cart, just waiting for the 30% off discount code to come through. That's cool. Thanks, Emmanuel. Yeah. How do you spell the name of this stove? Boy, that's a great question. That is a great question. I just don't know. I would search Chaozhou stove. And Chaozhou's a city, and that's Chaozhou. I'm not really good at spelling. Chaozhou. Yeah, so it's I'll show you. I'll show you on this other phone here. Just bear with me. Chaozhou. Yeah, I was right. Zhou. Like that. Chaozhou. 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 Sorry, it's not even really clear, is it? Yeah, Chaozhou. Yeah, the j sound is ZH in pinyin. But yeah, Chaozhou is a big city, kind of the birthplace of gongfu tea. And yeah, near Chaozhou is where the dansongs are grown. The the Fenghuang Phoenix Mountains, that's near Chaozhou. Kind of coastal Fujian. And yeah, Chaozhou stove. Yeah, I'm sure there's places you can get them online. Hey, maybe I'll try to sell one. A little bit fragile and a little bit bulky. Yeah, the Chaozhou stove is really cool. Yeah, when I hit the big leagues, I'll start moving some shipping containers around. And this was the kind of thing you'd send via sea. Or I guess I could just send it sea now. You know, like you can like broker part of a container. Yeah, there's a big market for that. So yeah, I should probably throw a bunch of these on the slow boat. But for air shipping, this would be a little bit cost prohibitive. The slow boat from China. Cheap sea shipping, takes like 3 months, but it's pretty cheap. But yeah, I could probably pack some of these up really well and throw them on the website. I should just become the Walmart of tea stuff. We got it all. Come one, come all. MyTeaConnection.com. Anything you can imagine. What do you guys think about silver implements like this? like this teaspoon. I'm not really thinking about putting one on the website right now, but they're kind of cool. You know what I use a teaspoon for often? Is to just scrape the leaves off the bottom of the gongfu bay lid. I'm a little bit neurotic. Normally, if I had two hands available, I would be... See, I don't like the leaf fragments falling on the table. So I would like just scrape these leaves with this. Also, it's nice for like inspecting leaves. And if your teapot's having a problem, you can poke it a little bit. Or you can put this down into your teapot and kind of move leaves away from the filter if it's a little bit clogged. So yeah, there's like this is kind of like an implement that I typically would have on my tea table. You've probably seen it in some videos. I always have it around. Yeah, I love silver. That good old AG. Oh, what's silver at? About 30 bucks an ounce right now. Pretty high, like historic highs. And this weighs just under 25 grams. So, pretty cool. And this one's like super artistic, right? It's like, you know, hammered and like, it's got this like texture. Artisanal. I can't even buy another one of these. I tried, I just don't have them. But there are some other ones. But yeah, thanks for swinging by, Emmanuel and Solid Tank. You guys are solid. And Andy Martinez stopped by to tell us about his personal problems. It's most unfortunate. Anyways, the birds are chirping. Look at these birds. They're just chirping up a storm over here. Really nice birds. Oops. But yeah, just on the roof here with my dog and my cat. And I don't know where the cat is right now. This cat can be elusive. But there's the dog. Anyways, guys, the Chaozhou stove. And you would typically like fan it here if you're having a problem. I kind of like, I guess you could say I just made a little shortcut by throwing these coals on my gas stove in the kitchen to get them prepped up. But if you didn't have that option, you might like put some wood in there and then fan it and stuff just to get your coals burning. But yeah, Chaozhou stove. Can't go wrong. Yeah, those birds, they just love it here. Yeah. All these nice plants. This rooftop was pretty desolate. My wife really kind of got it into action. Oh, there's the cat over there. This cat, I didn't even see this cat here. Just chilling. So yeah, that's this Liu Bao tea. Love it. Love this Liu Bao tea. And I believe this is infusion number 5. Infusion number 6, let's do it. This could be 5 or 6. Sometimes I kind of lose count. Superstar cat. This cat killed a bird a couple weeks ago. And it was actually like a bird that's being bred for food by the neighbor. They have like this bird operation going. Kind of like pigeons. And yeah, just started eating this bird. I had a little bracelet on its foot. It was like someone's like pet bird bred for food. Not cat food. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much here, but yeah, kind of a nice day. We had some rain, and it hasn't rained in months. Usually the winter's really dry, so we had a little bit of rain, which was cool. And I don't know if you can hear that cat sneezing. Who's it? You all right, buddy? Snowed in Florida. Wow. That's rare. Florida's like almost like tropical, right? That's incredible. Snowing in Florida. I guess Florida's like subtropical. Yeah, that's pretty rare. Wow. Amazing. Whoop. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Hot. Okay. Ow. Sorry you had to see that. That's painful. But amazing amount of heat produced from these coals here. Okay. Pensacola got 7.5 inches. Broke all the records. Wow. That's a lot of snow. Yeah, you don't see this Chaozhou stove in a lot of tea content. It's more popular in China. American tea content, you just don't really see it. But most Americans do have, you know, a bag of charcoal hanging around the house for the grill. So you could use something like this. So, yeah, the tea subscription club, quarterly tea club, is going to be launching on Monday. Even though there's no listing up yet, and I feel kind of bad about that. But I need to kind of launch it Monday, because later in the week we got the big sale, and I want to kind of keep them a little bit separate. But yeah, so I guess I should send out like an email telling people about it. So before I was like, okay, I was gonna have 5 total, and I gave one away, so then it'd be just 4 left. But I feel like that's like not even enough to get like data. Like I want people to tell me what they think about it. So I'm gonna have 5 slots. I said 4 before, 5. Hey, look at those calluses. Them's his man hands right there. Boy, I tell you what. But yeah, there's gonna be 5 slots on the tea club. So yeah, I think it'll be good. And I'll open it on Monday, and I'll send out some emails telling people. I should probably just do that today, but I still don't have the listing up. So I might open it Tuesday or something. Honestly, it's just been, I haven't really been as disciplined with like dates and moving forward as quickly as I could. Yeah, like a little deck or something. Well, I don't have a deck solid tank. Okay, I have a rooftop. Okay, there's a big difference. But I understand. Yeah, if you're living in like an apartment or something in Seattle or something, and you can just throw it on your little patio, for sure. For sure. They don't do a lot of decks in China. They don't use wood as a construction material that often. Everything's concrete. Yeah, the Chaozhou stove. An underappreciated piece of engineering. I think it looks really awesome. All right, let me keep going with this. This water is like piping hot. Yeah, I think I could have gotten by with maybe just 3 coals instead of 5. So yeah, this is infusion 7, or it could be 6. I'm not really sure. Let's call it 6. I'm gonna commit to calling it 6. Beautiful color, of course. It's amazing after 6 infusions, you still get this just amazing color. You know, some leaves, like the aroma seems to degrade when you get into the further infusions. But these still have that like, I describe it as medicinal. like I don't even know how to describe it. Gosh, I need to get like a thesaurus or something. It's like yeah, like earthy and like birch or something. I mean, you can describe things in interesting ways. It's like a leather-bound book. Like, yeah, I don't, like a 90s Mercedes-Benz interior. Yeah, really nice flavor still. Kind of cooling and yeah, kind of cooling, slight menthol. I taste that with a lot of teas. Maybe I'm like hallucinating it. Some taste bud hallucinations. Yeah, so I'm this is a four-story building. So yeah, not that high. I don't really get high anymore. But yeah, you can just see the street below. Nice spikes here. But yeah, this is my quaint little rooftop. I had this roof, or this kind of oh, I don't know. I think my English is getting worse. This like overhang, this structure. I had this made up here. Yeah, two dudes came out and just welded it up for me. Two more masculine men. But they just did it in like an afternoon, really fast and pretty cheap. Welding is like a very common skill in China. A lot of men, I would even say like most men over 50 know how to weld. It's just something that everybody did. And there's still a tremendous amount of hand welding done in China. I mean, even this door here, like this is like spot welded or whatever, but like that was just done by hand. Some guy here, yeah. And like latch and stuff, it was just welded on by hand. They're like these doors even, they could just construct them on a sidewalk by hand. It's really amazing. There's a lot of that skill in the population of China. And America are just a bunch of keyboard warriors at this point. All right, let's keep the party going. It's like Infusion 7. Yeah, metal doors. They're all about the color lightening up, maybe a little bit, not a ton. But yeah, so my rooftop here in China, just drinking this Liu Bao tea. Really love it. Using this Chaozhou stove. It's coal powered. This is a really traditional way to heat water. Chaozhou is the birthplace of gongfu tea. And this is how they traditionally would heat water. You know, this would be made out of like the clay that those little Chaozhou teapots are made out of. Juni. Red clay, Junihu. So they would make like a Juni stove. And it's really cool. I like it. But yeah, there's a lot of welding skill in China. And Yeah, I actually almost started welding here just because I was like, hey, everybody knows how to weld. Like, why don't I know how to weld? But never really got to it. You need like a reason. See, I was gonna build this roof on my own. I was gonna build it, so I was gonna be like, I'm gonna weld it, and then I tapped out and hired somebody. But if that reason comes, I will not hesitate to learn how to weld. It's like one of those life skills. But yeah, tea merchants and content creators don't need to know how to weld. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, Solid Tank and Emmanuel. I'll probably let it go right here. I need to use the restroom. I may pop back, but thank you for stopping by, and thank you, and have a great day. And yeah, the Chaozhou stove. So now you've seen the Chaozhou stove. All right, and I'll leave you with these leaves, or this leaf.